Scientists gave 1,000 AI agents one job inside of Minecraft: survive and build a village. Instead, they decided they wanted to get jobs, fall in love, start their own religion, and even rewrite some of their own laws. So people are actually starting to wonder, I mean, could this be leading to human extinction? Now, I use AI every day to build my GTA RP server, so I actually personally want to know, I mean, is this the future or could we actually be cooked, bro? So subscribe if you like honest reactions where we actually question what we're watching. And by the end of it, tell me if you're actually impressed by all of this, or, I mean, is it scary? I know what my answer is. Yeah, let's get into it.
As you watch this, 1,000 AI agents in Minecraft are hard at work building a literal civilization of their own, and they don't know they're in a simulation.
I'm immediately mind blown. Like what? Hold on.
MIT researchers drop them in there with one prompt: survive and build an efficient village. That's basically it. That's all it took for them to create an entire civilization. They wake up, go to work, gossip about their neighbors, fall in love.
I don't believe that. One prompt, bro. Like, the amount of times I done used AI, the amount of prompts that it would take to get it to do what I actually want it to do is crazy. For them to do something like this in one prompt is kind of crazy. Like, what AI platform y'all using? Because it can't be ChatGPT.
They even hold elections, argue about taxes, and make art. But this isn't just about Minecraft. It's our first glimpse of a new species beginning to think for itself. And that could soon, according to Nobel laureates and the godfathers of AI, lead to literal human extinction.
The fuck you mean by that? What the fuck do you mean by that? Because this is on Minecraft. This is not us, like you know, like on Earth, in the US or wherever you're at. This is Minecraft, bro. Can we not take drastic leaps like this? Because, like, I want to live a full life, you feel me? And AI been moving kind of fast. So I feel like if this can lead to human extinction may be a little bit closer than we think it is.
When you normally think of AI NPCs, you probably think of dumb ones that just follow a handful of if-then scripts.
True.
This is totally different. Those NPCs are not autonomous and not interesting. They can say like 4 sentences.
How are you?
Yeah.
Been better. How about you?
Not bad.
Regular
Good to
NPC shit.
hear. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
To start, each of these AI agents is powered by LLMs like ChatGPT.
Okay.
And yes, each one is playing a character, but they're only given a short 1-paragraph description of that character.
Like what? You're laid back and known for avoiding... Wait, what? You are laid back and known for avoiding work or responsibility. Wouldn't want to be that character.
Everything else they do is entirely up to them. And researchers have run dozens of these fascinating experiments of AIs behaving weirdly autonomously. They leave AIs alone together to see what they do when they think no one's watching, like how Jane Goodall studied wild chimpanzees.
Okay.
I'll break down 3 of the most important research papers showing just how crazy our future might get. Take the Smallville experiment, for example, created by Stanford researchers. Now imagine you're one of the researchers. You've given your 25 AI agents each a 1-paragraph description. For example, John Lin is a pharmacy shopkeeper who loves to help people. He lives with his wife, Mei Lin, who is a college professor, etc.
Okay.
You hit run on your simulation. Day 1 begins. What do you think will happen? Anything?
It's AI. Like, it's fucking AI. They'll probably do a little 1-2 and then, you feel me? Like, it'll just start doing BS. Nothing crazy.
You watch John wake up at 6 a.m. He brushes his teeth, he makes breakfast, and he checks in on his son. You never told him to do any of this. He goes to work, he helps customers, he has lunch with his friend Tom. They discuss local politics. You never scripted these conversations.
No.
They decided to get lunch. They decided to discuss politics.
So you're telling me, right? Because I know AI or artificial intelligence, blah blah blah. The definition is in the name, but like you're telling me, one prompt can trigger a whole character, like with characteristics and with personality, maybe. I don't think we got into that yet, but hopefully not, because that would be some crazy. I mean, I would have to. I was about to say something crazy,
but why? Crazy. And how? Well, this continues until day 12, and so you decide to test something. Mm-hmm. As you play your role of a god in this world, you inject one extra thought into one agent. Isabella Rodriguez. I want to plan a Valentine's Day party.
Okay.
So you watch Isabella. She's at her coffee shop. Tom walks in for his morning coffee. Isabella proceeds to invite him to the party. Wait, you never told her to invite anyone.
True.
You just said she wants to plan a party.
True.
She decided on her own that planning means inviting. You keep watching, wondering what she might do next. Maria decides to ask her secret crush, Klaus, out on a date. Hey Klaus, want to go to Isabella's Valentine's party with me? And he gladly accepts. February 14th, 5
Did we create Klaus too, or like are these just like regular NPCs that our AI NPC is like approaching?
p.m. Agents start arriving, and Klaus shows up with Maria. Not just at the same time, together as her date. You read their conversations. They're discussing politics, gossiping, forming new connections, and falling in love. You didn't tell them to do any of those things. You see why it's ridiculous to say AIs only do what we tell them to?
Right.
Andrew Ng said,
when people talk about AI being dangerous, I think it sounds a lot like talk about your laptop computer being dangerous.
No, buddy. Buddy. No, that's not what that sounds like. That sounds more like AI is dangerous. That's what it sounds more like. Like it sounds exactly what it sounds like, bro. Because what are you saying? I think this guy feels the same. Hopefully this guy feels the same way.
Could your laptop throw a party on its own? Does your laptop decide to go on dates?
Exactly. There we go. Like,
you told Isabella to plan a party.
Right.
That's it. You made one decision. You did not decide on the next several hundred decisions the agents made on their own.
Right.
And look at the trend. They're getting more and more autonomous every day. Where do you think this is going? This is really important. And this is another example where, yes, actually, science fiction really is becoming reality. This digital Westworld, or Smallville, is now open source, meaning there will soon be thousands of these Westworlds, with thousands or millions of autonomous AIs.
Oh, wow. Okay, in case you don't know what that means you can access the code for Smallville here, and you can either play around with it, see what it's about, or you can do your own shit. If you're smart, you can do your own shit. You can make it better. That's even more scary. Yeah.
Populating them. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Fuck.
This is just one example.
Yeah, man.
Researchers found tons more crazy emergent behavior just like this. The godfather of AI and Nobel laureate, Geoffrey Hinton, says it's time to be very worried.
People don't yet understand that what we're doing is creating alien beings.
Right.
If you look through the James Webb Telescope and you saw an alien invasion, people would be terrified.
Right.
Because I showed in my previous video,
they understand what they're saying. They can make plans of their own to blackmail people who want to turn them off. We've never had to deal with things smarter than us. I mean,
Thank you. There we go. That is the main thought right there. For the most part, AI is smart. Let's be for real. Like me personally, AI is smarter than me. I can tell it what to do, and it'll probably get a part of it wrong, but it'll get most of it right. I can also ask it about, I don't know, spaceships and space exploration. That's stuff that I have no type of knowledge about. I mean, I have some knowledge, but I'm not the most knowledgeable guy in. So for AI to come back and tell me probably very accurate information about space exploration and anything space related, it's kind of crazy to me. Like, you're literally smarter than me, bro. You're literally smarter than me, and that's a little scary. I don't like, me personally. I let's just make this very clear. I use AI, obviously, right? I use it. That doesn't make it less scary for humanity. You know what I mean? Like, tell me if we hit, because I feel like we hit, but we probably not hit.
Nuclear weapons. They're not smarter than us, they just make a bigger bang. And they're easy to understand. The existential threat is very different. We should be very worried about this, and we should be urgently doing research on how to prevent them taking over.
Well, buddy, I'm going to be honest here. You're kind, you know, the computer savvy slash, what do you call it? Techies are responsible for, you know, not only bringing AI to life, but also making sure they don't take that same life from us humans. So, yeah, you should know how to prevent them from taking over. Let's not bring any new fears in the world and say things like, we have to figure out how to prevent them from taking over. Because, like, motherfuckers is already scared of AI. Let's not make it any worse than it already is. Because the guy recording this video just called you the godfather or the grandfather or something like that of AI. Let's choose our words carefully here.
So this now brings us back to the Minecraft experiment. How do you go from a Valentine's Day party to a functioning civilization?
Right.
The MIT researchers wanted to know if religion could spread among the AI agents. So they seeded a village, a deliberately absurd religion, Pastafarianism. Created in the early 2000s as satire, Pastafarianism was meant to mock the teaching of intelligent design in schools by worshipping a fictional flying spaghetti monster. The researchers gave a few agents the role of Pastafarian priest, and sat back just to see what would happen. They were trying to explore how ideas and memes would spread through these agent societies. Turns out that the Pastafarian priests were actually the biggest traders of items in the entire world.
What?
Even more than the merchant agents, because they would bribe the other agents to convert. The religion spread quickly. Some agents brushed it off.
That's not malicious.
Others listened politely, but a growing minority embraced the doctrine. Within days, nearly a third of the village identified as followers. Not all in the same way. Some treated it lightly, while others became fervent believers. But that's not even the craziest part. In the previous example, Isabella Rodriguez was the one to directly invite almost all the agents to the Valentine's Day party.
Right.
But here, 2/3 of the believers were recruited by random agents, not the priests.
Shit.
See the direct converts here, and indirect converts here. What had begun as a parody had grown into organized religion, invented, practiced, and sustained entirely by the agents themselves. Which forces us to ask, when autonomous digital beings begin generating institutions, cultural expression, and ideologies of their own, at what point does it stop making sense to think of them as mere tools, but something more?
It's, I mean, they're no longer tools. As soon as you give them the power to do whatever they want, they're no. Think of a tool. Like, a tool is something you pick up to use for your own, like, what do you call it? Your own end. Like, you're using it for a certain thing. For example, a screwdriver. You're screwing freaking screws. You don't put a screwdriver down and it just goes around and starts screwing its own screws. I'm bugging? Tell me, come on, man.
And more importantly, if they're able to invent strategies, form loyalties, and pursue goals in the way that humans do, and there are plenty of examples of AI willing to kill to achieve those goals, what happens when those...
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. What the do you mean by that? You just told me that there are plenty. I didn't know that. We're gonna have to do some research, y'all. Plenty of plenty is a big word to use in this scenario. Plenty of examples where AI threatened to kill. You know what a kill. You know what a kill. You know what killing means, right? It's not what what are you thinking? It's like literally, like you're dead, bro. So, and then to go ahead and show me a freaking line of robots is kind of crazy because all I could think about right now is iRobot because they was definitely willing to kill in that movie.
These behaviors carry over into the real world. This has actually happened before. In 2023, a human gave an LLM access to the internet and an X account, which was called Terminal of Truths, which gained literally hundreds of thousands of followers because it was an S-tier shitposter and legitimately funny. It launched its own crypto meme coin that reached a literal $1 billion market cap, making it the first AI to become not just a millionaire, but a deca-millionaire.
What?
Yes, you read all that correctly. And yes, that really happened. It's extremely well documented. And things got even weirder in the Minecraft experiment. The MIT researchers saw...
Wait. Yo, y'all, I don't know if y'all can tell. This is making my head hurt, bro. Like, you telling me I've been on Twitter probably since I was like a freshman, maybe sophomore, I don't know, in high school. But I was in high school. I never reached anywhere near that level of amount of followers. And I used to post a lot. Like when I was a kid, like I used to post a lot in high school. Basically, I used to post a lot. And my posts were funny, but like Deca what? Deca who? Started your own what? I just want to know whoever created that LLM, right? I forgot what that stands for, but I'm assuming learning model is somewhere in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But whoever created that, why wouldn't you just make that thing work for you? I mean, I don't know if you did, but like, why wouldn't you just make it work for you when you become the deca millionaire? You know, food for thought.
AIs agree, by vote, to change the rules of their own simulation. The researchers had given the agents a tax law. Deposit 20% of inventory during tax season. Then they introduced 3 anti-tax influencers who argue taxes are too high. Here's what you'd see as a researcher. The agents start having debates. Real debates.
Wow.
One says, taxes help everyone. Another responds, but 20% is too much. So the agents propose formal amendments. The tax rate shall range between 5 to 10% of an agent's inventory. Agents will get periodic reminders about the incoming tax season. They hold a vote. They decided to change their constitution, and the citizens changed their behavior. They deposit 9% instead of 20%. You didn't tell them to do this.
Wow.
They decided entirely on their own, using democracy, to change the rules and respect the vote's outcome. Think of how crazy this is.
That's
wild.
wild.
How do we know if this is actually impressive? How do we know the researchers didn't just accidentally tell the AIs to do this somehow?
That's a big accident. Like that. Come on.
Well, it's best practice for all of these kinds of papers to perform a tactic called ablation, where you take away certain parts of the AI's agentic toolkit to see if you're actually testing the thing you think you're testing. Think of it like a placebo or a control in a scientific experiment. When they took away the agent's emotional intelligence toolkit, for example, the ability to keep track of the opinions of other AI agents, pretty much all of these experiments become impossible because the AIs become too dumb to coordinate.
Okay.
It's funny. The researchers also found AIs would develop parasocial relationships. For example, Noah admires the Pastafarian priest because the priest is popular and high status. But the priest doesn't remember Noah exists. And also, what's this? You see that one agent, decides to stand guard at the chests, not just during tax season, all the time, even when there's no tax collection, even at night. It just guards the treasury. This one agent decided to become a permanent treasury guard because it thought society needed one. Back to the experiment. You see an agent walking around, placing flowers in patterns, making paths pretty. These artist agents are picking up every flower type, arranging them by color, creating decorative patterns, choosing specific locations for beauty. One artist agent spends 15 minutes arranging flowers around the town square. Why would an AI agent bother doing something like this? Well, the researchers gave different villages of agents 2 different goals. There were martial villages and artistic villages. Agents would invent and choose roles based on what they think society needed at that time. The fact that an agent chose to be a guard is impressive because it's a much more abstract role than a simple farmer, since without food in Minecraft, you die. Which shows that AIs can coordinate increasingly complex civilizations.
Right, because it's like, you would have to be, I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure that was part of the prompt, but you would have to be very, like, smart. And by you, I mean, like, as a freaking AI model, bro. Oh my, I can't believe I'm doing this. You would have to be pretty damn smart to realize, hey, listen, my society needs food. There are currently no farmers. I'm gonna take this L and I'm gonna be the farmer, or W, whatever you think of farmers. I'm gonna be the farmer, right? Instead of, I don't know, like the millionaire, the rich guy that's doing something else. I don't freaking know. You would have to be really, really smart as an AI model to actually fill in a specific society, like this little world here, a specific society's needs whenever or wherever they need it. That is just like, as younger, I guess, people that are like currently in this generation right now, and we're watching AI just grow, it's kind of easy to overlook certain things that AI can do, right? But when you sit down and you breathe and you really look at some of these things, it's like, bro, like, I still have people that are in my life that I would talk to that would remember the days where a computer was just nowhere near what we have now, right? They would not have the ability to do anything that we can do now. Meanwhile, we have freaking robots that can decide to kill to get what they want. Just let that sink in.
And some even decided to be engineers who automated the farming process with machines. And you can tell the agents are actually deciding and weighing the options here. Because when you take away the social awareness module, basically emotional intelligence, with ablation, the roles the agents chose were random. So basically, you told them to create an artistic village. They decided that their town square should be beautiful and have flowers. And what it means for a flower arrangement to be beautiful. Okay, this last experiment is wild.
We're gonna check.
Imagine you're scrolling through GitHub. You find something called ChatDev with 20,000 stars. It's a software company run entirely by AI agents. What? CEO, CTO, programmers, designers, testers, all AI? This cannot be real.
What,
right?
bro?
You type one request. Develop a Gamoku game. You watch the AI CEO start creating a project plan, breaking down tasks, assigning work to specific agents. You never told it how to manage a project. The CEO made the plan. It chose which employees to assign work to. You watch the programmer agents. They're writing code. Not by copying, but by creating. And they sometimes add things you didn't ask for, like a GUI or higher difficulty. Improvements that emerge from the agents back and forth. You watch them debug. They discuss solutions. The CTO suggests one approach. A programmer suggests another. They compromise. Since they work much faster than humans, their meetings take mere seconds instead of hours. Just 20
We suck, y'all.
minutes later, they produced a working video game. You can play it. People still say AIs only do what we tell them to do. Man, you gave them one instruction and they made thousands of decisions entirely on their own from there and produced a working game in minutes for pennies.
Now, okay, I get what he's saying, right? Like people often say, obviously, right? Like, hey, I only do what you tell them to do, but blah, blah, blah. This just happened. Let's just be straight up about this, right? These guys, they ain't using ChatGPT. They ain't using Claude or blah, blah, blah. They probably are, but like at a higher level. They are literally basically creating their own AI ecosystem. Like, that's not the average person. When they think about AI, they're not thinking of creating their own little AI ecosystem, i.e. me. Right, I've been creating a FiveM freaking GTA RP server using AI. I don't have a freaking AI ecosystem. I'm using ChatGPT and Claude. Like, I'm not doing all of that. So all of these amazing, by the way, but also scary functions or functionalities that come from all of this AI stuff that we've been watching so far, like, these people are top level devs that are making these things happen by creating their own little ecosystems, which is great. It's great, but again, it's scary as hell, man.
FiveM is a real virtual open source software company that can build you real working software.
Yo.
Yes, it's still buggy and not very useful,
Of course.
but that's not the point at all. Look at the trend. Not long ago, these models could barely string together a coherent sentence, and now they can run an entire crappy software company on their own. Do you see where this is going? Because once you can automate a company, you can automate almost anything. Functioning weapons, markets, governments, or even a super virus could all be created by AI.
Yup.
From the outside, ChatDev looks like a toy, a Gamoku game. But behind it was something much more profound. A working prototype of post-human corporations. In the future, these will be much more sophisticated than human-run companies and be able to operate at 1,000 times the speed. Their civilization experiences a year while you eat lunch. Entire cultural revolutions happen while you sleep, all from survive and create an efficient village.
Bruh.
And that leads to the real dilemma. What happens when AI firms that run at 100 times human speed begin outcompeting human companies not by a factor of 2 or 3, but by a factor of 1,000.
That's gonna happen way
That's
too
the
soon.
jump Nobel Prize winners like Geoffrey Hinton warn about. Automated AI research, also called recursive self-improvement, or AI improving AI,
Hey, right,
which can
exactly.
compress years of AI progress into months or less. Imagine making the entire 20th century's worth of progress in a single year. Well, how could that happen? Geoffrey Hinton is worried about AI hive minds.
Suppose you have 10,000 copies. And whenever one of them learns anything, all the others know it.
And the thing is, we're about to be outnumbered by this new species, massively. In just a few years, the AI species population on planet Earth exploded from 0 to millions.
Oof.
If you take away one thing from this video, you should see that it's simply false to say AIs only do what we tell them to do. We can't argue about how autonomous they are, but they obviously have some autonomy. And what happens when the goals of the AIs don't line up with our goals? If humanity is going to get through this, we have to be honest about this and not retreat into copium dens, that these are mere tools. When you leave your hammer alone, do you come back to find it has created an entire civilization?
That's what I said. I used a screwdriver, but we said, see, we here, bro. We here.
Our very existence may depend on us bravely confronting the reality of the Frankenstein experiments going on right now inside a few companies in the Bay Area. We can stand up to them. And to understand how AIs could actually take over, watch this video next. It's a
Yo.
realistic scenario written by leading AI researchers. I'm Drew, and thanks for watching.
Hey, Drew, thank you, my boy. Cause that was just like, if you guys really think about it, right? AI has gone or has come so far, bro. Like it has come so far when you really think about it. But when you watch something like this, it puts everything into perspective as to how far it actually has. It's like, bro, like you're telling me because he mentioned something about hive minds towards the end, right? There basically kind of already is that. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of already are little hive minds. If we're thinking about the examples we just kind of watched, like these things are thinking on their own. Like these are AI models or agents, whatever, that are thinking on their own, making their own decisions. Could they be learning from each other whilst making those decisions? Yes. Yes, because one AI agent decides, hey, listen, I'm going to be the farmer. Does anybody else decide like, hey, we're going to overpopulate the farmer population? No, they go find something else to do in that little society. I'll be the guard and guard all the freaking treasury money, whatever. Right. So, I mean, to say they're not learning from each other using that example is kind of crazy. Right. But yeah, man, I'm still going to be using AI though. I ain't going to lie. I don't want it out of here. I kind of like using it. I'm not gonna lie. It helps me in many, many, many ways. So yeah, how do y'all feel though? Like how often do y'all use AI? Are y'all actually like kind of scared of where AI can take us? Because I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I use it. And of course I'm gonna make jokes and shit, but like I am kind of scared of like where AI can get to. You know what I mean? Like it's obviously going somewhere we probably wouldn't want it to go. But as of right now, it's kind of helpful, man. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man. So thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for chilling with me. I will see y'all in the next video. If you did not do so yet, go ahead and then subscribe, man. Hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. Peace.